What is going on, everybody? Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Hope you had an incredible holiday weekend. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I was able to get over 40 scheduled calls using this one single post. Let's get started. So as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Alex Hormozi, specifically his new novel, $100 Million Leads, which I've actually transcribed his entire content strategy as such. And what I'd like to do is actually share with you my personal outreach strategy as well as this content strategy, so I am able to get, like I said, 40 calls using one singular post. It's actually unbelievable when you're consistent with posting content and also doing outreach. So I don't want to waste any of your time. Let's get started, and I'll show you the content strategy first. So before anything, guys, we're going to go over the three pillars that I actually make content from. Okay, the first one is the hook, where I'm actually giving people a reason to consume the content, get people to notice my stuff. The second thing I'm doing is I'm retaining their attention when they check my stuff out. And then the third thing is I'm actually getting them to demand my content. My content is so valuable. They're getting so much from my content. They have no other choice but to say, hey, I need to go to Sean's page, or they're already there because the algorithm has put them in the feed, has put me in their feed, which is fantastic, right? So three pillars: hook, retain, and reward, okay? I've made previous videos about this, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but really what I want to showcase is how I'm actually able to post all of this content, because a lot of people, I think, make a lot of limited beliefs about content. Oh, it takes way too much time. It takes all this time and energy. Honestly, I create about 5 pieces of content every single day that is totally new, and then I distribute that across 5 or 6 different platforms. So roughly, I'm posting 30 times a day on social media, okay? And one of the reasons I'm able to do that is here. I think a lot of people, they just need a strategy, and then they can personalize it to what they actually do, okay? So using the hook method, here's what I actually do, guys, to pick topics. I pick life lessons from my past, maybe when I was a kid growing up, etc. My recent past, I can actually go through my Google Calendar. Hey, I had a good call with this person. I had a not so good call with this person, but what did I learn? What was the actual lesson of that call, right? Real-time captures, whether I'm talking about tweets or emails, trends, apply my lens and my, experience and my thoughts to something happening right now, and then manufacture to turn something crazy into reality, which I'll show you guys in a second, because number 5 is actually one of my favorite things and favorite ways to actually hook people into becoming a client, or at least getting a call scheduled, right? So that's number 1. Number 2, what I like to do is I like to pick steps, lists, and stories to actually retain my audience. What this is doing, guys, is whether I'm doing a step, list, stories, they're longer form pieces of content in the sense that I have a step-by-step guide, albeit 3, however many steps. Lists, I have 10, what you want to call it, top 10 mistakes, 5 biggest money makers, whatever the case is. And then I have stories that can go on for, about a minute or two. What this is doing is it's allowing people to actually check out my stuff for longer and interact with the post longer, okay? So what I like to do, I'll give you guys a quick little example. Let's just say that I create a hook talking about a past story. And that Instagram reel, if we're using Instagram, is roughly 30 seconds long. If people are able to consume that reel for, call it, 15 seconds, they have engaged for 50% of that entire post. Whereas I think a lot of other people, they make the mistake of simply doing a reel that's 60 seconds, and then people only view 10 to 15 seconds of it, which is what? Roughly 25%, right? Or maybe even a little bit less than that. So what you want to do is really focus on the engagement time. And the only way to do that is to make really hook lining posts at the end of the day, okay? One of my favorite ways to pick topics: do shit, talk about what you did, and repeat, okay? And for the retaining, the hook and retain can pretty much be the same thing in the same post, where what you're doing is you're coming up with a very interesting story, graphic, whatever the case is, but then you're calling their attention. Your call to action is to check out the caption. And in the caption, what you're doing is you're actually allowing them to read the entire thing, and that's going to take them probably 30, 45 seconds. The cool thing about that is if your reel is 30 seconds long, they will then have checked the reel out multiple times at full, multiple times. So this way, the Instagram algorithm, in this case, we're using Instagram, is saying, okay, well, this specific person is checking out this specific person's pieces of content for multiple times. They've liked it, maybe they've commented, but they've especially shown interest because they're interacting with it, right? Whereas if you have somebody else who maybe just skimmed it for 5 seconds, the algorithm isn't really going to care about that because they said, oh, they checked it out for 5 seconds, it wasn't as valuable, etc. Right? So that's what I do for my content, guys. And I'll show you really quickly on Facebook how I was able to actually get 40 scheduled calls using one specific post. Now, granted, I had a lot of work to get up to this overnight huge success where I was able to get 40 calls scheduled quite literally using one post. But I will say, you need to be able, at the end of the day, to have a consistent line of work where you're continuously posting on social media, multiple different platforms, multiple formats, and you're getting tangible results. Because if you're continuing to post and you're not seeing success after 6 months, you need to try something new. And I think a lot of people, they say, oh, well, I just need to continue to post. But if you're posting just stuff that isn't that good, it's not going to work. It doesn't matter how consistent you are. You need to make sure that you're posting quality stuff. So the first thing you need to do is make sure, hey, it's not about the volume. It's about how consistent can your content be with the level of quality. All right. So guys, what I want to do really quickly is I actually want to show you a post that I was able to do on Facebook, right? And what I was able to do on Facebook was I was actually able, guys, to get 40 scheduled calls in one post, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of the posts that I did. And as you guys can see here, I'm posting at least, 4 or 5 times to Facebook every single day. You can check out my log here. But what I'm going to do is actually take us back to November. I'm going to pause the video so you guys don't have to wait for this, but once I get unpaused, I'll show you exactly what I mean. So here we go, guys. This is the post where I was able to get over 40 realtors to schedule a call with me. Now, this, make no mistake, is an ask. I was giving, and I'm asking, hey, I'm looking for 3 real estate agents in Philadelphia to try a new, unique social media content strategy. As you can see, I got almost 20 likes, and I was able to get over 44 people to comment, of which I was able to schedule about 38, 39, but let's call it 40 calls from this post. Of that, I was able to close on that call about 10%, which is 4 new clients. In this case, it was a retainer of $1,500, right, for social media management, creating content, etc. But the nice thing is, those other people that didn't close, they said, hey, I have people who are interested and I can refer you to them, or I might be ready myself in a couple months because, it's November, people are getting ready for the new year, etc. So I kind of said to myself, wow, this is an incredible strategy, right? So guys, this is on a content perspective, what I'm doing. And all you have to do is go through my Twitter, my Threads, my LinkedIn, my Instagram, my Facebook. But all I'm doing, guys, is I'm just following this strategy right here. There's nothing that I'm doing that's out of the ordinary. I'm just simply following the strategy. And if you guys want a copy of this, I can share it to you. Just let me know. I can send it right to your email, okay? The next thing I want to show you, the final thing I want to show you, is how I'm able to get, because I need to contact all these people then, right? But how do I actually get them to schedule a call with me? And if I'm not seeing any interest on a post, how do I just cold message somebody out of the blue, right? Well, let me show you my main process that I do, okay? So we're going to blur this person's name out, okay? But this person is a realtor in Philadelphia. What I like to do before anything, especially with cold messaging, to get their attention, is I want to almost act like I'm interested in their services, in the sense of I want to qualify them to make sure they're still in the profession they say they're in. So that's why I asked this particular person, hey, are you still in real estate? He then responds, yes, I am. How can I help you? The next thing that I want to do is instantly build a connection with this person, and not just build a connection, but learn a little bit from them as they're the masters in their craft. So I like to ask, in this case for real estate agents, how's the market? What do you think about the market? It's the end of the year. How do you think it's going to go next year? He then said, nice. Okay. Did someone refer you, or do I know you? And then I just said, I just found you on Facebook, just curious. I do a lot of marketing for agents in Philly, wanting to get your perspective. So now I've actually let him know what I do, okay? And saying, hey, well, I'm not necessarily interested in your services, but I just wanted to get your perspective. He then gave me his perspective. We were talking. Now, I have a rental out that way. That's awesome, because he works a lot in the 19136 area code, which is cool. I said, that's awesome to hear. You're crushing it. He said, thanks, man. So now we've built a connection. Maybe he doesn't necessarily trust me yet, but he likes me, right? And he has some level of trust because he's continuing to have a conversation with me, okay? Then I go for the ask. Okay, so we started this conversation 13 minutes ago at 3:47, and then at 4 o'clock, 13 minutes later, almost 15 minutes later, 1/4 of an hour, I then go for the ask. So many people I see just simply go for the ask right off the get-go, which is not the right way to do it, because you need to build the relationship first. And if they don't like you and they don't know you and trust you to some degree, then it's totally pointless, okay? So then I said, and this is the caveat, guys, I said, for sure, wanted to see if you know any agents that need any listing or social media content, because that's what I do. So again, I didn't message him saying, hey, do you need my services? I built a relationship with him, and then I asked him if he knew anybody who might be interested in what I do. So I didn't ask him because he would have probably been turned off by that. And a lot of people are, rather than if I asked him, hey, do you know anybody? It would have been a more smooth conversation. I might have gotten a couple referrals, right? He then replies saying, I'd be interested if the terms are decent. What do you offer? So this guy is literally interested in what I do. He said, I catch random business in Philly, and most of my work is in the suburbs, honestly. I have a sale that settled today in Glenside and one pending in Blue Ball. I said, it really depends, blah, blah, blah. Can I send you a link to schedule? And we have a scheduled call for this Thursday at 1 p.m. So guys, I think so many people, when they're trying to cold message, they simply go for the kill right off the get-go. They have zero, relationship building in their script. It's just, hey, sales, which sure, it's part of it, but you need to take that 5-10 minutes to build the relationship first, to actually have a conversation. Because what do you want? You want someone who thinks you're just looking for a one-time sale, or someone who is looking to build a relationship and a proper, value add on both sides? Obviously the latter, okay? So guys, this is what I do, and this is what I did to schedule 40 calls using this one post. And then my outreach strategy that I gave you guys totally for free, that's really valuable, so you can do cold messaging yourself, all right? So guys, if you got any value out of this video, hit subscribe, hit that like button, and comment below. If you have any questions, I'm going to be answering them. Again, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I'm looking forward to 2024. It is going to be a banger of a year. I can't wait for it. God bless, guys. We'll talk soon. Take it easy. Bye.